Hello, I hope you are good. Welcome back to Life with Miss Freda. Today we are going to look at how grade 9 students should choose the subjects, the pathway, the track, then the subjects. After that, now they are supposed to choose the school that they wish to join after grade 9 for grade 10, 11, and 12. Now I know a lot of parents, guardians, sisters and brothers are just silent, wondering how should it be done. So I'm going to take you how you should do it. First, your child, we should know first the pathway. What is his pathway? What is her pathway? From there we go to the track, then we go to choosing of the subjects. After that, you are supposed to go and choose the schools that he or she wishes to join. The schools are divided into 4 clusters: cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4. Cluster 1, they are those schools that we used to say previously with 844 that they are the national schools. Although now they have been added, every county has been added a girls' school or a boys' school, 1 or 2, to increase the number of schools. So now a child doesn't have to think of alliance only. There are many more. There is cluster 2. That one is the extra county. That school that we used to call extra county in the 844, it is cluster 2, where students from any part of Kenya join that school because it was extra county. Right now it is cluster 2. Then we have a county school that is cluster 3. There are many schools in your own county, so every student in their own county, they have to choose a school. Then C4, that is cluster 4. Those ones are the day schools near that child. That school that in case they are unable to join a boarding school, that day school that they will join, that is around the locality. So for example, you are going to have 3 choices. Your pathway, then the track. There are several subjects that you could choose. So they are going to choose 3 choices. Each choice, the first choice, you choose a school. So the 4 school. So for example, there is your pathway could be arts and sports. The track is arts. Then the subjects you are going to choose is fine arts, theater, and biology. Now in those subjects, you're going to look for the school that offers. First, you start with cluster 1, a national school, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4. Then in the same pathway, you could have the subjects like theater, film, and business with fine arts. Also in the same pathway, arts and sport, there is a track called sports and recreation. There you can have subjects like sport and recreation and business and general science. You choose 4 schools. That is cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4. So that is it. Nothing so serious, parents and guardians. So I would like to give you maybe an examples of schools a girl could choose, and a boy. For example, someone could choose a C1 cluster 1 as Siakago Girls High School. If it is a boy, Siakago Boys. Then we have cluster 2 Shamata Girls, that is in Nyandarua. Then a boy could go for Marigat Boys School, that is cluster 2, that is an extra county. Then that child is supposed to go to C3, cluster 3, to choose a school from the home county. For example, in Bomet, a girl child could choose Mulot Girls High School, and the other one could choose, if it's a boy, Gelegele High School. Now, C4, that child knows the schools that are around him, the day schools. Those ones are the schools that they should apply. For example, if it is in my locality here, a child, I have seen them choosing Adudine, there is St. Philip's, there is Zumaita, a lot of them. Then we go to another example, maybe C1, Precious Blood, Kagwe, that is a C1. Boys, Njiri School in Muranga, that is C1. We have Limuru Girls, that is also a C1. Kenya High, that is a national boys' school. Then we go to C2. Those I have said the extra counties, for example, Karoti Girls, that is in Kirinyaga, or you can choose Jomo Kenyatta Girls, that is in Nakuru. Then we have Lamu Boys for the C2, that is in Coast. Mutito Boys, that is in Kitui. Now it continues like that. Then we have Karoti. We have C3 where we have Rangwe Girls. We have Rombo School for the girls. Then we have for the boys, we have Motige Secondary, that is in Kirinyaga. We have Kilifi Township, that is in Kilifi. Now, one, to clarify what I've just said, that a learner must know the track. You must know your very own, maybe, let's say, your pathway. Your pathway should be very clear. And it is very easy to choose the 3 choices. For example, pathway, track, and the subjects. I'll give you some examples. For example, in STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, that you have some track like applied science and pure science. Examples of applied science are where you choose subjects like agriculture, business, and aviation. Now you have to look for the school that will be offering those subjects. Mostly they are those schools that are near an airstrip. Those will have the lack of having aviation, but the others, it will be quite problematic. But you will have to choose wisely. Another example of applied science subject is agriculture, geography, and electricity. Another example could also be geography and applied science and electricity and general science, that is pure science. An example is biology, chemistry, building construction. If you hear about pure sciences, where we have biology, physics, and another subject, biology, chemistry, or sciences which are very pure. For example, of pure sciences are biology, physics, and geography. Biology, chemistry, home science, biology, chemistry, building, and construction. Now, when you choose one choice of subject, you choose the 4 school, cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, and cluster 4. Those are 4 schools. Then choice 3, you choose according to your pathway, the track, then the subject. There are those subjects. In case the first ones fail, there will be the second choice for you that you'll be lucky to be chosen in. Now you will have to choose the 4 schools again. Those are 8. Then the third choice, for example, I give you an example of a child who is interested in social sciences. We have pathways, home social sciences. Track would be humanities and business. In the same track, you could have languages and literature. So first we look at humanities and business. For example, subjects like CRE or IRE or HRE, according to someone's like. We have then business and literature in English, or you could choose with the history. Another example is Fasihi ya Kiswahili, sign language, and general science. Those are the choices. Also, let me give an example of examples of languages and literature. Languages and literature, a child could go for literature in English, Fasihi ya Kiswahili, computer science. There are many. Every child will have a backup plan. That is, you have choice 1, choice 2, choice 3 with several schools. So at the end of the day, you have to choose 12 schools. Out of all those, your child is lucky enough to be invited to one of those schools. And it is good because the child is going to learn what they're interested in. If it is social sciences, there are those subjects that they like and they are there, so they end up choosing them. And in case the first choice fails, the second one has what she wants or what he wants, the third, and then everything will be fine. So we have said there are 3 pathways. We have STEM, social sciences, arts, and sport. in everything that we are going to do for this grade 9, let us put into our mind that we are not supposed maybe to force them on what to do. Let it come from what they are. So here are some mistakes that we have made that we know people will do with their learners. For example, mistakes that are made is copying a friend. For example, if a boy has a friend who maybe is interested in STEM, they end up to think, oh, me too, I'll do STEM, I'll take STEM. And they end up ignoring what they should have maybe invested their time in. Then second mistake is ignoring talents. For example, you have talent. Maybe you're good in cooking, you good in arts, you good in sports, in music. You end up throwing all that away only to go for STEM, something that maybe you'll be pushed around. And you know, they said that there is a problem. The moment you are chosen for that subject, you invited for what you chose. Now you're in grade 10. And in grade 11, you feel like, these subjects are very tough. What do I do? There is no going back. You have to push through. So it is an advice to parents and guardians that at least let the learner go for what they want. The next mistake is underestimating arts, where you are thinking that arts are not important enough for you, that they are not worth, they are seen as if they are lesser subjects, and even the parents feel like, you better go for sciences, that looks strong, that is noble and all that. People should not underweigh the arts. Another one, a quote I would like you to go with is, when placed where they thrive, every learner shines. That is true. When they are placed where they belong, they will thrive in this life. So that is it for now. In case you have a question, can ask. And to touch up on that those subjects that you are choosing, they are the common subjects that every learner will have to do. For example, there is PE, that is a common unit in every pathway. There will be English, there will be Kiswahili, there will be community service learning, where a child is able to live with the community and able to give back. Then we still think that mathematics will also be part of common subject. But for those who will choose mathematics as maybe some subject, they'll not have to do the mathematics for the common unit. You know, if you have chosen mathematics, the advanced mathematics, you'll not have to go for the other general mathematics that everyone will be doing. And it is that for now. In case you have any question, Miss Frida is ready for any question. Bye. Subscribe, like, and do anything you want with the video.